Welcome back to the show. Today we have Jose Salas, the head of partnership and strategy at SESAMm. Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Jose, SESAMm, as far as I understand, is an NLP platform that parses like millions of websites for data. What do you do with that?
So, what we do is, or what we focus on is ESG controversies, right? So we parse data from over 4 million different sources. That will be news outlets, be both premium and public. There will be NGO websites, governmental websites, corporate websites, some forums as well. And we extract data points that we derive into insights in terms of any ESG controversy that any of the companies that we cover has been affected by or gotten into. We have a data lake of about 20 billion data points.
20 billion?
And we are around 10 million documents on a daily basis.
Wow.
That allows us to cover up to 5 million companies at any given time. We cover all the public companies out there and a huge population of private companies.
So what are, I guess, the unique technology with SESAMm that stands out from the competitors that's out there?
I mean, I think that if you think about the vast data or the vast amount of data that we are leveraging, we could only do that with technology. So we leverage large language models, AI. We've been doing that for a while, and that allows us to accelerate the process a lot more, right? I think that the other component that is very important is the fact that leveraging generative AI that has been evolving a lot over the last couple of years allows us to go that extra mile and avoid false positive, for example, and be able to deliver to our clients a much more clearer and cleaner data set they can use.
So you covered really well the what. Talk to us about the why for the consumers who want this insight, who want this information.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Look, historically we looked at and we worked with private equity firms, the likes of Carlyle, the likes of Warburg Pincus. These companies were looking at their portfolio companies and trying to understand if any of them had some ESG problems, ESG controversies, right? That was the first original use case. And the way they use our data is to analyze any issue that these companies have, to have a better conversation with founders and boards to see how they can avoid potential impacts in their investment. But obviously, as the world has evolved and our use case evolved, we are seeing a lot of value for potential clients in the banking industry. So we have clients that use us to understand if their loan portfolio is healthy. So they analyze their own clients. And supply chain, for example, more and more supply chains become an issue. It's had a lot of attention over the last number of years, historically mainly from a financial health perspective, but more and more from an operational perspective and even concentration of risk. Right? So we see a lot of use cases opening up, and then lastly, regulations has been coming our way, especially in Europe. The event of CSDR, SFDR, and CS3D has created a momentum for companies like us and a need in the market to have additional data sets to be able to comply and be ahead of the curve.
Well, you talk about phase 3, right? Understanding the emissions of your suppliers.
Yeah.
Like, is that going to be possible for most companies to address?
It's a good question. It's not something that we cover directly.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is a very difficult data point to find, right? Yeah. Someone was telling me not long ago that one of their biggest problems in terms of ESG data and environmental data is that it's very fragmented and there's a number of small companies providing different data sets. While we don't do that, we understand the problematic. I think that one of the benefits of working with a company like us is that even if you don't have all those data points, we can give you the external view of that company, right? So you can pick any company. Our model is able to map it and then extract data from our data pool and return to us the data points that allow us to create a dashboard and alerts that tell you this company has gotten a problem here or no, governance problem in that project that they have in Africa or in Asia, right? Which allows you to at least understand that you have an issue and then you can delve deeper into it. if that makes sense.
No, totally.
Just thinking through, obviously NLP and machine readable news has been around for quite a while now, and I think has been significant advances. Do you see these potential data sets being an input into some of the programmatic trading and systematic portfolio?
I mean, I guess that the answer is there's no reason why it shouldn't be. At the end of the day, we are extracting data points out of a large pool of news, say, and we are delivering scores, we are delivering numeric data. So any company that's trading, say, quantitative trading, could actually take those and figure out if there's a signal they could trade on, right? It's not what we focus on today. The origins of the company start in quantitative trading, but that's not what we focus on today. Today we focus more on the final output, so that the client can make decisions early on.
And then lastly, everybody talks about chatbots and ChatGPT. How are you addressing that requirement?
So I think that there's two ways. One is, as I was saying before, generative AI, whichever model you use, whichever company you rely on, helps us with that, what I call last mile, right? You know, making sure that there's no false positive, making sure that the data that you're providing is clean. We are going to be launching our own chatbots, in the coming weeks, as far as I understand. So we want to also be a bit more closer to our clients and have that optionality, or give them the optionality to have more of a discussion with us when they need to, and have a resource that they can then query into our data. But yeah, I mean, we're leveraging already today, as I was saying. You know, it's been truly helpful for us to, you know, we're a small company, we're just under 100 people, so we don't have a troop of analysts going just that last week, right? So generative AI helps a lot.
So basically, analysis on 5 million companies, private and public, with just 100 people.
Yeah.
That's quite a feat.
It is, and technology gets us there.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming on the program with us, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon again.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Jose.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.